All right, welcome everyone. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. We're going to get started here. All right, perfect. Um, I'm going to check. I haven't even looked at my portfolio this morning. Do I want to look? I looked at futures this morning. Oh, I'm up actually $1. Let's go. Um, let's see. What is leading the way? Looks like Afram, FVRR, FLGT. Got a few names that are actually carrying today. So that's not bad for what is IW. Let's take a look what IWM's doing. Hopefully everyone's having a great morning. Yeah, for IWM being down this much, I'll definitely take being up on the day. Um, you know how it goes. All right. Gonna get tweeted out. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Hopefully everyone's portfolio was green today. A little sloppy to start, but that's okay. I did upgrade my if you guys are watching, I did do some major changes to the growth portfolio. Not like super major, but into these earnings, I really made sure that I had these good. I kind of switched up a few companies, some percent wises, and then next most earnings for these growth names are November-ish, like November the third week. So I'll be making sure to really update those names as well after earnings. I do hope for good earnings. I think that all these growth names have been beaten down quite a bit. Names like XP, APPS, I think have the potential to go crazy during this. Another name I want to look at is Upstart this morning. Hello, hopefully everyone's doing well. Oh, I wasn't even on multi-stream, so if you guys tried to send something on YouTube, that's probably didn't even go through. So let me see. Um, Hopefully this comes up. We'll see. What's up, Jim? James. Sorry, I knew that. Like, I didn't have multi-stream pulled up, so okay. Um, FCell. Geez, yeah, FCell's doing really strong on the weekly and the daily. For FCell, I do like it because we did break most of this resistance. We have a long ways up back to 12. We were kind of stuck in this channel for a while, but we did break out of that today. So, yeah, FCell could definitely see some big moves. Like I said, we broke out of this really channel we were in. So, I think we could see 12. Not like crazy soon, but there is definitely potential for a higher move up. MACD also turning bullish today. RSI is responding well on that as well. So, yeah, we could definitely see some moves today on that for sure. Did want to take a look at what our other indexes are doing. Yeah. For being down, for shoot, I've been down. I'm up, money today on my growth portfolio and all my portfolio for the market being red. So I'll take it. Maybe money's starting to grow, get back into growth. I don't know. Upstart is one that has been absolutely crushing it the last few weeks. We're seeing a pretty big pullback today. I did talk about that last week that we needed to see a pullback, but we definitely are starting to see a pullback. So we'll take a look at this chart. I'm not actually interested in buying Upstart at these levels. It's down at probably the 180s or 200s. I'd be interested, but not up here. But I'm gonna keep it. Honestly, puts on this stock wouldn't be a terrible idea. Honestly, I'm sure we'll take a look at OIST. You guys are tuning in. Welcome. If you got any questions, let me know. OIST just looks like it's going to be a pump and dump. Don't really have that much volume. The daily looks pretty bad. The weekly looks pretty bad. Looks like we're also filling this gap below, so I really think that we'll hit back to $13. Looks like we're gonna. Yeah, I'm sure Any is moving. Yeah, Any looks strong today. Has some relative strength, but let's see. Yeah, still looks fine. Any looks good for if you just look at this graph for a swing, it does look really good. Um, Most definitely. Yeah, FSL is very, very strong today. Must be some news, I assume. And geez, um, APPS and AFRAM really deciding to. So APPS having this nice little red to green day already. Nice. Love that look from APPS. Super, super nice. And then one of my long-term growth names that I added last week, AFRAM, is really starting to look good. I think we have an all-time high break on AFRAM at one. Okay, yeah. So AFRAM looks really, really strong too. So many good names this morning for my growth portfolio starting to decide to move up. So I'll take it. I did add in AFRAM pretty heavy last week. I think it could definitely be the next upstart. So I did do that. XP's having a little bit of a rough day, but FLGT, one of my names that I've been sitting here bag holding for a while, starting to show a little bit of relative strength. That's good. Well, if you guys are just tuning in, let me know if you guys got any questions. We can go ahead and answer those. Yeah, my growth portfolio are actually up quite a bit right now. I think we're up about 0.5%, so I love to see it. IWM. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why IWM's down so much, but a red to green day would be really nice. If IWM was red to green, I think all these growth stocks would run crazy. Yeah, FCell is interesting as well. Okigen's having. I still have some Okigen shares left, having a nice red to green day as well. Yeah, I'm surprised any actually didn't run more off of Bitcoin running up this weekend a bit. I did take some Riot at the end of close. I did talk about that. I did take some Riot at the end of close. Um, on Friday, I did take some just equity, so I'm up about 3% on those. I did take a pretty decent position. I talked about that, so might be looking. I don't think I'm looking to take anything off of Riot yet. When I look at this, when I decided to enter this trade earlier, excuse me. I saw that we had this nice triple bottom form, and it looks like whenever we hit this triple bottom, we bounce back up to about 40. So I'll probably be holding those Riot shares for a while now for a good swing. I think with Bitcoin even breaking above these new all-time highs, we could see us break out of that kind of 40 range and maybe head up to the 50s or something. So that's one of my swings that I entered last week. Not really a major high potential swing, but definitely could do something. Good morning, Charlotte. Hello, hello. So yeah, I am interested to see what any can do, or not, not any, but Riot. Riot looks like we could do okay. I'm gonna look at Okigen. Okigen looks okay today. We did gap down, so I'll have to look at that. Ooh, I forgot to tweet out. Cool. What is everyone else's? APPS is killing it as well today. It's crazy. I told you, APPS. I did want to show you guys. APPS, yeah, like I told you guys, I've been saying APPS for a while, but once APPS decides to go like it has right now, it's one of those names that's gonna rip really, really hard. Thanks for all the follows coming in. Another one that I'm looking at right now too is DMTK. DMTK, man, once growth comes back, this name is gonna explode. Really, really nice setup. Thanks for all the subs coming through. If you guys got any questions, anything, if you guys are just tuning in, anything on the charts, if you guys want me to look at finances, let me know. We'll take a look. What's going on, Patrick? How are you? Geez, Upstart is down 10% today. Interesting. Like I said, with any of these like major parabolic moves on like something like Upstart, that's been $20 to $400, you're gonna see a major pullback eventually. Even on like all these growth names for the last year, stocks usually have to hit their 200-day moving average eventually for them to be healthy. So if we look at Upstart's 200-day moving average, I mean, we probably have a while to go. Yeah, down at 165 is where our 200-day moving average is. So it may be if we hit our 200-day moving. And then another thing for Upstart is we have earnings coming up on a November 11th. So If earnings are good, which last year they were up 1,000% over expectations, we could potentially see some big moves. So I did want to talk about, if you guys are tuning in, welcome. You got any questions, let me know. I'm going to go to investors. I wanted to show you guys a couple growth names that I did find. And I have this updated portfolio, but let's see. When we look at a really, really good growth stock like APPS or something like that, we want to see revenue and sales up 100%. That change from that quarter. So when we look to Upstart, this is why we've been on such a tear. Our EPS last quarter was 1,300%, and our sales was 1,000%. So this is why we went $20 to $400. This is the power of the growth. So next I have this at about 100, but next year or next growth, next earnings, if I see a stock like this, I'll be jumping all over it. My other stock that really has not ran yet that has kind of these same numbers, which is honestly better than Upstart. We're going to, oh, that's not what I wanted to look at. We're going to look at FLGT. Okay, here we go, FLGT. This stock right here is growing about as much as Upstart. So our EPS last quarter, 1,200%. Our sales is 800% last quarter, but I really, really like is this 3-year sale growth rate is 275%. So if we take a look at FLGT, this is going to be one of the big winners on my next multi-bag stocks for sure. When we look at FLGT, we had this really, really nice run up. We had this really nice run up from 27 to 200, but I think if we can do the same thing in earnings next quarter, it could definitely be a multi-bag potential. Pow's one of those names that I added as well too. So anything with over 100% revenue or EPS and sales is really a hyper growth stock. So I did add some POW. POW has some really good numbers at 300%. And when we look at one of my favorite growth stocks that are back to its almost all-time high, we'll take a look at APPS. It's about 250%. So yeah, 160% EPS sales. The sales on APPS is what's really carrying it. But so I do have that updated growth portfolio in Discord. There is definitely, POW is one of those names that I did start to add to. And POW actually looks really, really good. We had this really big run up last year. And we finally have been, we're consolidating right under our 200-day moving average. So with earnings coming up, this could be, a really, really high potential stock with those really, really nice numbers. So yeah, I was excited to update that all the way. FLGT, that's the one with like the 1,000% revenue. This will be back to $200. I guarantee this will be up to $200 if we have the same earnings. So I did, like I said, I spent about 20 hours updating that growth portfolio. So I will have to update it again at the quarter after earnings. But all the stocks I did find do look they all look really, really well. So excited about that. Oh man, my app is messed up. Mike, I promise I'm not up. My app's saying that I'm up 8% today. I promise that I'm not. That'd be pretty cool, but not up that much, but cool. If you guys are tuning in, welcome. If you do have any questions, let me know. I see a dip. Yeah, Afram, VVIG looks like it's going to move. We'll take a look. We'll take a look at Afram too. BBIG. Yeah, BBIG, like I said, I talked about this last week, BBIG, really, really getting close to a really nice breakout. So we've been really downtrending to $12 down to $4. We consolidated nice right here, but MACD just started to curl up right here. Last time MACD curled up on MACD or on this really, really big move, we went $2 to $12. So we could see a potential move back to all-time highs. We do have a nice breakout. If we can reclaim, like I said, if this $9 level is going to be really, really key, but looks like we do have a bull flag that's trying to form on the daily. So, yeah, definitely a potential for a good swing. I do like it. Yeah, Affirm is one of those names that I really, really like too. I've been adding. Oh wow, and I didn't see this, but Affirm's really doing well today. So yeah, I added Affirm last week. It is definitely a little bit overextended, but I think that Affirm's going to be one of those stocks that we'll probably see. I don't know where we're going to see by end of the year. I really do think we're going to be higher, possibly in the 200-300 ranges for sure. So um, I am looking out for that most definitely. I did add to Sell H today. Another one that I added to, and what I did is when I updated this growth portfolio too today, what I really, really was looking at is for names that are close to its 52-week high. So something like Sell H has a lot of relative strength. I did add to a stock called RMNI, and I don't RMNI. I did add to this. Not sure if I like. I'm still debating this one, and then ZI is another one. All these super good hyper growth names, like I said. ZI on the weekly looks like from IPO we're about to break out as well. So yeah, super good. Let's see. Well, how about Affirm? Yeah, Affirm. We'll take a look at NXTP. NXTP is one of those names that I really, really like. What's going on, Martin? How are you? I enjoyed our call on Saturday. Did enjoy our call. If you guys do have, SellH has great management. Yeah, like I said, yeah, and so it is good to see my growth portfolio is up. So yeah, Affirm, these are, and then yeah, SellH, again, that's close to its 52-week high, so I think there's a lot of potential there. I was excited about adding into Affirm last week, already about up 6-7% for my entry. I think Affirm will be double from here. I think Affirm will. I know something. I know there's a lot of all those growth names that if you guys again my Discord links below. I did do that updated growth portfolio. I don't even know I put it out. I'll put it out for everyone today. But all those names have multi-bagger potential, which means 200, 300% is definitely possible in all those names, especially coming to earnings. So I'm excited for that. Does anyone know what the news on in Disney is? Did Disney had bad earnings? Because I don't really see Disney down 3% that often. It pays dividends. It's a decent stock. Interesting for sure. Futu's starting to curl back up, but I will never play that name again. Futu and Tiger are permanently banned from my growth portfolio indefinitely. Yes. You guys are tuning in. You got any questions, any takers you want me to look at? Let me know. Spy is ripping. Spy's doing really, really well today. I recommend. Oh, see what you say, Martin. Thank you. I am good. I recommend personal one-on-one with Austin. Check it on Patreon. It's only $100 a month, so I recommend. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate it, and hopefully, I need to send everyone that growth portfolio. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was like I said, I enjoyed doing it, and hopefully it'll help you guys out too. So Disney streaming subs down. Okay, that makes sense. And Disney again is one of those names that I think long term are really really good. Cuts ratings. Okay, yeah, interesting. I think something with Disney too is I think Disney has a lot of long term potential. I mean, it's one of those names that is constantly going to go up over the years. In my thing. So yeah, my problem with Microvision is when we look on the weekly, it looks really really rough. So ideally, if we could have held this 1070 level, we could have saw a balance. But that we broke down from here, we have no support all the way back down to 5. So I really do think that this name will see some lower lows into here, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably oversold and shorted, but when we look at this graph, there's really no support down here. Earnings were really, really bad last quarter as well. So, yeah, and we went 15 cents up to $28. So, anything has potential with the stock. I mean, we're really not seeing much volume. We could throw on RSI to see what our overextension is on the 1 day, or sorry, a relative strength. yeah, relative strength keeps declining on the weekly. That does not look good. Same thing with the yearly. So probably have to say no, unfortunately. Um, I mean, there's really no critical support right here. We broke all the support. The next support's down at 675. Um, cool. Jeez. The old growth portfolio looking nice today. Let's see. I got all my names updated. Like I said, I did update some today. Let's see, DT. Yeah, there's not too much for Mavis when I just look at it from an eye-to-eye perspective, unfortunately. Um, Afrim and APPS absolutely killing it today, though. Yeah, Afrim is up really, really big, so always excited to see that. Like I said, I got Afrim last week pretty cheap, so I am excited. If you guys are joining, you got any questions, let me know. We will go over those. Any charts, financials, we will do that. Yeah, I mean, Microvision, we went 28 cents to almost $28 pretty quick, so it's just a very volatile stock. Has some really, really crazy swings. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like Futu finally bounced. I hope. I mean, I don't own Futu right now, but yeah, I mean, that does look like a decent spot to bounce. Like I said, when we look at just the numbers on Futu, just if I pull up like the EPS and like year over year growth is probably the strongest stock I've ever seen. Um, it's kind of up there with Upstart, so like, um, ideally, this should probably be at about 500 right now, in my opinion. But unfortunately, there's just not a lot of love for China names right now, which I get. But yeah, it's kind of rough just sitting there watching it all day. I am out of it, because I just didn't feel like having to deal with it anymore, unfortunately. But other than that, I think that it could have a definitely big bounce up. Gosh, Upstart. I'm just looking at Upstart. Upstart is like the short killer. I've heard so many people say that they're gonna short Upstart at like today and today. I was even tempted about it, but this thing. You talk about a super super strong hyper growth stock. This stock is just relentless. From $20 to $400. It looks like we're already closed our gap today. So, geez, I would not want to be short on that stock. Thanks for checking out Movies. Appreciate it. Yeah, I try to be pretty honest on here, so um, if it looks like crap, I'll probably tell you. Yeah, Lithium Americas Corp. Interesting. Yeah, this is one of those names that we talked about. I know we talked about this a while. This is a really, 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 really good setup, especially for calls. So when we look back to our chart, this is a quote unquote perfect cup and handle. So we have our cup right here, followed by our handle, aka a falling wedge. And as soon as we break that resistance line, which we did actually a few days ago, we see some upside. So definitely over 28.75, we could definitely see some crazy moves. But yeah, it looks really, really strong on this name today. Wish I would have saw that. What do you think about DT? Dino Trace, love DT. DT is DT is one of my favorite growth stocks. We it does look pretty overextended, but yeah, I have shares down in the 20s on this stock. So yeah, I love this name. Excited to see earnings for this, and earnings is actually really close for this stock. Most of the growth stocks are in November, like early November. So yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that. It looks really, really good. Growth is up 0.5% today. Love to see it. Open Door. So talk about some names that are doing pretty well today for me. Open Door is doing really strong today. I did take some equities today. SI and FLGT. FLGT looks strong as well. FLGT is one of my favorite names, actually. Just been beaten down so much. Looks really good. DT earnings 10.26. Okay, yeah, DT like I said, all these growth names, I really expect some strong earnings. But yeah, DT will. It does look a little overextended, honestly, but I am excited for. I'm actually the most excited for XP earnings. XP, last earnings we literally gapped up 34 to 60, and we still haven't even gone higher than that. But XP is one of those names that could make some crazy moves off of earnings. And of course, APPS is one of those stocks that has been for the last month. We've just been absolutely tearing it up, but APPS looks like we're reporting pretty soon as well, 25th or 26th. This name can go when it wants to, as always. APPS it always can go. But yeah, if you guys are new here, I'm gonna drop the growth portfolio. I did update that. That's going in Discord right now. It's gonna be in the stock chat. There we go. Unfortunately, I do have to go. I know that it wasn't. I unfortunately had to go. I have a test today, and I need to make sure I go to all my classes and stuff like that. So I'll probably be live for another 5-10 minutes. But other than that, if you guys do have any questions, let me know. I might be live after my test today for the later market. But yeah, market looks like I said. We look prime till the end of the year. Usually October. Usually November really starts. November and December are really really strong months for the stock market. I'd love IWM to break out of this channel finally. We have really really good earnings coming on growth. So yeah, I'm rather excited for this earnings season and just the stock market in general. I did drop that updated growth portfolio, so that's going to be one to watch most definitely. Oops, that was loud. Yeah, but otherwise, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I will be live later today. Yeah, thanks, James. It shouldn't take long. I just need to go down to school. And I have my first class here at 9:30. It's at 8 o'clock. It's 8 right now, so. ALPP. Like Alpine something. I don't even know. Alpine 4 Holdings. What's the growth story on this? Looks like a gross company. ALPP. Okay, are we gonna work? Yeah, so it really makes me mad. I really, really like this app. But this thing literally cost me $100 a month to use, like 150. It's ridiculous. I gotta find something else. I really, really like the data on here, but I'm not like $100 a month. It seems ridiculous for something like this. But I couldn't find anything else. ALPP. Let's look. If anyone wants to buy me, it's ALPP. Yeah, one sec. We will look at that. Not sure why ALPP is not coming up. Let's see. ALP. Okay, hopefully this works. Let's see. I don't know what this is doing. My computer's being slow. But yeah, ALPP does look pretty strong today. We did break out. This looks like one of those really, really strong growth names if we want 4 cents to $2. Would SI go higher? I mean, yeah, SI will go higher. It's a Bitcoin name, so it kind of follows Bitcoin, which is cool. But we had this like about 50% move up. We had this 50% move up, and we're really, really starting to fill in this flag really well. So I definitely think SI has some potential to move up. ZI has a lot of potential. We have been consolidating kind of right here. Over $70, we have a huge break. And we just kind of IPO'd. I really like the long term of this company. And DT definitely, I think, is decent. DT seems a little overextended, but I do like DT as well. ALPP, I don't know why I can't find that. Let's look at just Yahoo Finance. Okay, ALPP stock. So yeah, not a huge market cap, and then let's just go to earnings. I like using this other app, but Yahoo Finance works okay. So yeah, pretty crazy growth on here. Year EPS is pretty strong. So yeah, overall it looks like a decent company. I don't have too much time to go too depth into it, but it does look good. Cool. So I'm gonna be heading out. If you guys, like I said, if you want to join the um, if you guys do want to check out the Discord, there's some good information there. Patreon as well is up there. We'll look at CRXT for June. CRXT does look decent. CRXT looks pretty good. Actually, we do have a nice flag forming. Could break this potentially anytime. We have a lot of room back up to about $7 or higher. So that one looks good as well. Yeah, you guys are welcome, most definitely. I'll answer a few more questions. I'm going to end it. Yeah, ALPP looks decent. Yeah, usually I do stream longer. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'm usually live for at least 3 hours. Like today I had some stuff that I have to figure out. Unfortunately, I have to. A lot of room back up too. Unfortunately, I have to go adult, which is like not fun at all, but I get it. Sometimes you got to. Did take a little bit of money out of my growth portfolio today. Geez, my growth portfolio is up 1% today. Amp Y. Heard that ticker. We'll take a look at Amp Y. Amplify Energy. Yeah, it looks. I honestly don't like it. This is one of these stocks that we've been declining for a while now. We haven't even broken back from COVID lows, so I'd probably say no on this. I know it's a strong day today, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the look. I invested into all your hypergrowth. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. If you didn't, like I said, hypergrowth. Hopefully we'll be coming back. A lot of strong names on hypergrowth today for sure. Actually, all of my. Oh wow, Open Doors. I said like because I mean this is just timing. I bought Open Door this morning because I found that that I like it. Open Doors kicking butt today. Affirm's kicking butt. XP is not kicking butt, but that's okay. XP's been kicking butt. It can chill for a little bit. BCRX is getting pooped on today. I did take a look. BCRX. Not looking too good. We're retesting this breakout line, which is good. And I wonder, I bet the whole biotech field is probably down today as well. What's up, Eddie? CP. Okay. Interesting. I don't like how down it is over the last couple of years, but what you do got going for yourself here is on the daily a really good cup and handle forming. We did see this set up before today. I forgot what ticker that was, but pretty much we did break our falling wedge today on this cup and handle, so potentially we could see back. I think we could see $60. There's some $60 calls right now. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. I think we definitely do see 60 or an all-time high break here of 62 on the daily. Not an all-time high, but a 52-week high. That cup and handle, one of the strong patterns. As long as it doesn't break down, you can definitely see some upside. Geez, growth portfolio is up 1%. When we talk about why APPS makes up about 15% of my portfolio, this is why. This thing is just an absolute menace. I'd be so scared to short this stock. I would poop my pants if I had to short APPS. Same thing with here, ATY. We are starting to curl up right here. We did have a nice bullish engulfing. We have a hammer juice starting. The problem is that with this stock, it looks like we have these run-ups and they just fade. So about 6 to 8, 7. So it looks like we're getting overextended, especially when we put in this falling wedge right here. This is kind of our falling wedge. So I'd expect that we will see some downside coming right now. When I look at this, unfortunately, we're not in an uptrend and we have no support all the way back down to 52 cents. So not a name that I would personally be looking at. Geez, Futu is doing strong today. Martin, I mean, if you are holding Futu, I mean, if you got a 57, congrats. But geez, that name is ripping today. Still don't like it. I like Futu, but China sentiment's been brutal. All right, I do got to cut the stream though. So if you guys enjoyed, all of my socials are below. Um, see some people joined. Like I said, I have my growth portfolio there. I might be live later today. Um, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna end it here. I gotta stop. I got stuff to do. So I hope you guys have a good one. All my socials are below. Hope you guys have a good one. I might be live later today. Wouldn't count on it, but I am live Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays about all day. So appreciate it, guys. I got in 61 to make some money. I lost last week. I just bought a small portion. Sweet, man. Yeah, no, don't, just make sure. Yeah, I mean, this is called reverse FOMO. Yeah, you're welcome, JRN. This is called reverse FOMO when we're down so high. We are starting to see some really, really big volume today on this green, so nice to see. Sometimes when I get killed by a stock, also I have the wash sale rule on right now on my account, but sometimes when you get absolutely murdered by a stock, it's kind of a stock saying I don't, if I ever get murdered by a stock like that, I usually don't play it again. Yeah, would I like to make back some of my money I lost for sure, but